Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're continuing our Agent Skills series. In the last episode, we talked about what a skill is, at a high level. This time, we're going to go deeper. We'll look at how the Agent Skills standard actually works, who's adopted it, and why it matters for anyone using or building with AI agents. So quick question, have you ever wished you could just hand an AI a manual and say, here, follow this? That is literally what Agent Skills lets you do. And the best part? It's an open standard, which means no single company owns it, and it works across dozens of AI platforms. Let me start with a quick recap from episode 1. What is a skill? A skill is a combination of three things: knowledge, procedure, and tools. Knowledge is what the AI needs to understand to do the task, the context, the rules, the domain. Procedure is the step-by-step sequence the AI should follow, and tools are the specific software or capabilities the AI will use along the way. When you package all three of these into one file and give it to an AI agent, you've created a skill. Simple as that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Agent Skills is the open standard that defines how to write and share those skill files. It was originally created by Anthropic and used inside Claude Code. But in December 2025, Anthropic open-sourced it, making the spec freely available for anyone to use. The code is under the Apache 2.0 license, and the documentation is Creative Commons. You can find it at agentskills.io. Since then, more than 26 platforms have adopted it, including names like OpenAI Codex, Cursor, VS Code, and GitHub Copilot. So how does a skill file actually look? It's a plain text file called SKILL.md, and it has exactly three parts. First, the name, a short identifier written in lowercase with hyphens, like weekly report or data cleanup. Second, the description, a few sentences explaining when this skill should be used, including trigger keywords that help the AI recognize when to pull it in. And third, the body, the actual content of the skill, its goals, its step-by-step procedure, the rules to follow, and the tools to use. That's it. One file. Three parts. Now, how does an agent actually use a skill? There are 5 steps. First, the user makes a request, something like, make me a presentation. Second, the agent scans the available skill descriptions to find the right match. Third, the agent loads the full body of that skill file. Fourth, it follows the instructions in the skill to complete the task. And fifth, it delivers the result. One thing worth highlighting here is what the creators call progressive disclosure. At first, the agent only loads the name and description of each skill, just a tiny bit of data. It only reads the full skill body when it decides that skill is the right one to use. This means you can have dozens of skills installed, and the agent won't slow down. Now let's talk about who has actually adopted this. The list is impressive. On the development side, Claude Code, OpenAI Codex, Cursor, and GitHub Copilot all support the Agent Skills standard. Microsoft's VS Code does too, through its extension system. And then there's a growing community of tools like OpenCode, AMP, Goose, and Spring AI, bringing the total to over 26 platforms as of early 2026. What's especially interesting is that while the standard is shared, each platform has added its own extensions on top of it. OpenAI Codex, for example, lets you add a YAML file with UI metadata, things like icons and brand colors, alongside your skill. Cursor supports importing skills directly from remote GitHub repositories, and even allows sub-agents to run multiple skills in parallel. VS Code lets extensions publish skills through its marketplace. And OpenClaw has built an entire marketplace called ClawHub, where you can search and install skills with automatic environment-based filtering. The base standard is the same for all of them. What differs is the extra features each platform layers on top. There's also an important distinction between two kinds of skills. Built-in skills are the ones that come pre-installed with a platform. For example, Claude Code ships with skills for creating presentations, Word documents, spreadsheets, and PDFs. These are maintained by the platform and are ready to use out of the box. Custom skills, on the other hand, are the ones you create yourself. Maybe you want an AI to always format reports in your company's specific style, or follow a code review checklist your team uses. You write that up as a SKILL.md file, and any platform that supports the standard can pick it up and use it. Your custom skill is yours, portable and platform independent. Let's pull it all together. Agent Skills is an open standard built around a simple 3-part file: name, description, and body. Agents use progressive disclosure to keep things lightweight. Over 26 major platforms have adopted it. And because the standard is open, a skill you write once can be reused across any platform that supports it. Whether you're using Claude, Codex, Cursor, or something else, the skill works the same way. That's it for today. See you in the next one.